Welcome to another command prompt tutorials on Learn Programming Skills channel. Now, in this video, I am going to introduce you to some useful commands. You can also have them in your daily activities whenever you are working in the command prompt interface. So, without any further ado, let's dive in and explore these useful commands. Now, I am going to open command prompt as an administrator on my computer system, which I have also introduced this particular tip in my previous video on some keyboard shortcuts you can utilize. So let's jump into the start button and open the command prompt window. So currently I have opened command prompt as an administrator, and as I said earlier, if you want to learn how to open this particular software in the administrative mode, then I have a video that shows you how to do it. So jump into the description of this video and click on that link to learn how to open command prompt as an administrator. Now that we have this window perfectly and beautifully open, let's see all these commands. We can have them in our daily activities. The first command in this particular video is the label command. Now, one may ask, what is the label command? It is a command used to create, change, and also delete a volume on logical drives. In general, label, also known as the volume label, is a unique name given to a storage medium such as floppy disks and also hard disk drives. So, how can you recognize a label of your floppy disk drive or your hard disk drive? I'm going to open the File Explorer or the Windows Explorer on our computer system. So I'm going to use the keyboard shortcut, the Windows key and the letter E. Now this is the window that is representing our File Explorer. When I move to the navigation pane, this section is the navigation pane. When you scroll down, you have this hard disk drive available. That is if you have partitioned your drive or your present drive into different kinds of partitions, you are going to have them displayed in the navigation pane. So currently I have the local disk C and also the local disk E. Now these two hard drives are my two partitions I have on my computer system. Now when we talk about label is the name or the unique name given to your hard disk drive. So currently I have the local disks given to my two partitions, meaning these local disks are the unique names for these hard drives or for this hard disk drive. When you look at the right side, or when you move to the right side of this label of this hard disk, we have the drive letter. Now the drive letter is an alphabet based label assigned to the drives to be recognized in a file system on the computer system. It is automatically assigned by your operating system. So these letters or this alphabet, the C and the E, that is given to these two partitions are the letters recognized and also automatically given to these hard drives by our current operating system. So based on the current operating system that you use, that will depend on the kind of letter or the alphabet to be given to your individual partitions of your hard disk drive. How can we use the label command in command prompt to change these particular labels for this individual hard disk drives? So let's jump right into our command prompt interface and see how to use this command. I'm going to close this. Now in this section, this is our current system32 directory, and we can base on this to change our label. So I'm going to type the label command and press the space bar. Now before you can change your unique name or your label of your hard disk drive, you need to identify the letter given to that particular drive. So when we previously accessed our File Explorer and identified our individual partitions, we realize we have the C and also the E. In this illustration, I'm going to use the letter E to change the unique name of that particular hard drive. So I'm going to type the letter E, then I'm going to type the colon. Now you press the space bar and give the name that you want for this particular label. After doing this, you press the enter key on the keyboard. Now this particular manipulation has been perfectly done. So how can we notice that we have changed our local disk E label or the unique name to this particular name? So let's open our file explorer by using the Windows key and the letter E. Now let's scroll down in our navigation pane, and when we get to this section, I'm going to expand this. You can see that now I have local disk C and also I have learn programming E. It means that I have overwrite the previous label with this current label. So this is an easy way to use the label command to change your hard disk drive. That is the unique name given to your hard disk drive. You can see that I have this quotation mark around it. If you want to ignore that, you can do so. Let's move back to our command prompt, and I'm going to use the up arrow key to reveal this particular command. Then I'm going to erase the quotation mark and then hit the enter key. Now you can see that I don't have these quotation marks around this particular label. So this is how to change your label or your unique name of a particular hard drive to a different name. Now if you want to switch back to the default name, which is the local disk, then you can move back, reveal the command, then you hit the enter key, and now I have this as the local disk. So this is our first command, which is the label command. Now this moves us to our second command, known as the chkdsk. Now chkdsk stands for check disk. So the description for this particular command is, it is a system tool or a utility on the Windows operating system that scans your installed hard drive for file system errors. When you configure this command in command prompt window, it helps check and repair hard drive errors and also help your system data very well organized. This signifies a good hygiene to your computer system, and also it has a great improvement on your computer performances. This particular command, as described, helps to scan your hard drive, and if you have any errors or any file system errors, it tries to repair that particular file for you. And it is a simple command. You can just key in at once and leave this particular operation for the command prompt software to do it perfectly for you. Currently we are in this particular hard disk drive, which is the local disk C, and that is where we have our operating system installed and also all our applications and system softwares installed. So if you want to scan this particular system, we can straightforward type the command here, or we can switch to the parental directory, which is the C colon. And to do this, you type the cd command and the backslash and hit the enter key. Now that we have access to this, we can type chkdsk and let's hit the enter key. Now you leave this particular operation for the command prompt to do its work perfectly. So you can see that this cursor is blinking. So you give this particular operation some time to do its work. So we have the first output, which says the type of the file system is NTFS. So in hard drives installations of operating system, we have the FAT32 and also the NTFS. We also have EXFAT, depending on the kind of system or file system given to your hard drive based on the Windows operating system. You are going to see that in this first line of output. So my hard drive is set to NTFS. Yours might be FAT32, which is the FAT32, depending on the kind of operating system. So you can see that the command prompt is doing its work. Now I have stage 1 completed, and now it has moved to stage 2. That is also examine the file name leakage. Now this is the first stage, examine the basic file system structure, and these are the output that I have. I have 370,944 files records, which is in process, and now the file verification is completed. It means that you have these particular files on your hard disk drive. And also we have the phase duration, that is the file record verification, which is 90.11 seconds. So that is the seconds it took to record or verify your file records. We also have 10,467 large file records processed, and that also has it displayed in a milliseconds, and that is the orphan file record recovery. And now it says that 0 bad file records processed. It means that we don't have any bad records or any bad file records or any error in any of our files in this particular hard disk drive. Now this is moving to the stage 2. So you leave this particular software to operate and produce the best output that you want. After some time, where this particular special software, which is our command prompt, has done all these scannings, you can see that this is our stage 2, that is to examine the file name leakage. And now we have 306 repass records processed, and also we have 584,902 index entries processed, and then the index verification is also completed. When you look at the phase duration, we had 2.90 minutes, and also we have 0 unindexed files scanned. So we don't actually have any errors on our files in this particular hard disk drive. When we move to the second phase, we also have this. It says file recovered to lost and found. It says 0. It means that we don't have any lost file, and also we've not missing any file to be recovered as well. And looking at this information, you could get the output well explained to you or described to you to have a verification that there is no error in your file system. When we move to the stage 3, we have examining security descriptors, and it says security descriptor verification completed, and this is the duration that it took. We also have the phase 2. It took this particular duration, and now it says check this is verifying USN journal. We have this byte processed, that is the USN byte, and it says USN journal verification completed, and this is the phase. Now when you look at this, it says Windows has scanned the file system and found no problems. No further action is required. It means that my computer system is in the safe mode. I don't have any errors circulating in my hard disk drive that is going to cause harm to my computer system. So this particular command helps you to identify whether your hard disk is in hygienic mode or unhygienic mode. And when you have some errors or you have some files which are corrupted, this particular command is going to display that to you and also repair that for you. So at the end of this particular scanning, is going to total all the file system that you have on this hard drive, and then you can see that we have this total disk space for us, and also we have the files which are available. We have the indexes, we have the sectors which are the bad sectors. It means that we don't have any bad sectors on our computer system, and also we have some log files which are occupied, and also we have the available disks displayed here. So this is how this command works. So as a command prompt user, you take your time, and after scanning your computer system, you go through this particular information. So this moves us to our next command, which is the MD command, that stands for make directory. So we are going to learn how to create a folder and also a subfolders. So to do this, I'm going to type this, and I'm going to hit the enter key. Now when you move to the desktop, you can see that I have created this particular folder. I have so many videos on my channel that shows you how to create folders and subfolders. So now that this is created, how can you create multiple folders or subfolders in this particular directory? That is where you switch to this particular folder. Now that this directory is accessed, we can type our directories. Then you hit the enter key. Now back to our desktop. When we open this folder, you can see that we have all these directories available. So this is how to create a folder and also subfolders in that particular parental folder. Now we are moving to our next command, which is called the sort command. Now this sort command is a filter command used to alphabetize a file in the computer system. So we are going to create a file and also list some options in the file and see how this sort command is going to work within this particular file. So I'm going to create a notepad file using the copycorn command. Now I have typed this command. I'm going to type the file name and its extension. And I'm going to hit the enter key. This gives me the room to type my list of options. So I'm going to type about 5 to 6 items. Now after typing this list using the copycorn command, I'm going to use the control key and the letter Z and then hit the enter key. Now I have created this particular list in the Friday directory. So we are going to see if we can sort out this particular list in this particular directory. So I'm going to type the sort command. Then you hit the space bar, then you type the name of the file, which is the Sunday txt. Now when you hit the enter key, when you compare this output to this input, you can see that this command has really well organized our items or our list. So no matter how the list or the number of lists that you have is going to arrange it in the alphabetical order. So it has rearranged it from A, B, C onwards. And when you compare this to this is well organized in the alphabetical manner. So this is the command that is used to sort out lists in the command prompt window. Now we are moving to our next command, which is the edit command. Now this edit command is a command line interpreter command that allows you to view, create and modify your text in a file or on your computer system. Now this particular command is very compatible with your 16-bit versions of your operating system. If you are using a 64-bit operating system, this command is going to be incompatible with it. So let me show you the reason why you can't use this command on your 64-bit operating system, but it is well used in the 16-bit versions of the Windows operating system. Now I am still in the Friday directory, and then I have this text available, which is the Sunday file. Now I'm going to type edit and then type the name of the file and then hit the enter key. Now when you look at this command, it says edit is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or a batch file. So I am using the 64-bit operating system, so this command is not going to work perfectly, but we have other options we can use to edit our text or our content in a particular file. But if you are using the MS-DOS 16-bit operating system, then you are good to go. Let me show you my version of operating system. I'm going to use the Windows key and the pause key. Now this displays my PC or the information about my PC, and when I move to the system type, you can see that I have 64-bit operating system, and that is the base processor that I'm using. I'm using this particular operating system, that is the 64-bit version. Therefore this particular command is not going to be compatible, and that is not going to work in this command prompt window. So since we have this 64-bit operating system, what are the other options we can use to edit our text in the command prompt window? It is very simple. Just type the name and the extension of the file. And note, you have to make sure that that file is being typed in the directory that is located. Now I'm going to hit the enter key, and this is going to open this file in the notepad window. Therefore I can easily edit this by typing different information. Now after editing your text in this file, you hold Ctrl plus S, and that is going to save your editing. Now let's close this, and when you get back to your location, we are going to type type, then we type the name of the file, and then we hit the enter key, and this is going to display all the content that we have, and we have our modifications or our editing taking effect in this particular list. So what we just typed is being displayed here. That is the monitor, the browser, the barcode, and also the thermometer. If you want to use the sort command, let's use the up arrow key, then we hit the enter key, and this is going to sort out our list in this particular file. So we have the apple key, we have barcode, Britec, browser, and this has perfectly organized this in the alphabetical order. So that is the edit command. Now we are moving to our next command, which is the tree command. Before then, I'm going to switch to the desktop directory. So I'm going to type the cd ... and hit the enter key. Now I have the desktop as my current directory. I'm going to type the tree command, and this command is a command used in the CMD window to display parental directory and its subdirectory. So I'm going to hit the enter key. Now you can see that I have all these graphical illustration of these directories, and when you look at the syntax, we have this C column, which is our local dict, and that is the parental location or directory, and then we have all these parental directories, which is Friday, Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, and also Wednesday. And when you move to the desktop, you have all these directories available. Now on the desktop, before you can view the individual subdirectories in this main directories, you need to open them manually to view all these subdirectories. But it is very simple in the command prompt window that is going to display all the subdirectories in your front page of your door. So now when you look at this, when you move to the Friday directory, we have keyboard, monitor, and mouse as its subdirectories. When you move to the Monday, we have Excel, and even in Excel we have other subdirectories. When you move to PowerPoint, we have this subdirectory, and we have this Word. Excel has additional subdirectories. When you move to Thursday, we have these directories available. CorelDRAW, we have Photoshop. So all these directories also have their individual subdirectories. So this gives you a better preview of your subdirectories which are in their parental subdirectories. So this is the perfect way to view your folders on the computer system. Another command known as the tree command, but this time around we are going to add a / symbol and a letter F. This command is used to display created files in a particular directory. Now when you look at my directories on the desktop, I have this Friday directory. When you open, I have these folders and also one particular file. I'm going to use a quick way to create a duplicate of this file in this particular location. I'm going to select, hold down the Control key, use my left mouse button and drag it down, and I'm going to create a copy. So now I have created 3 files in this directory. Now let's close this and then move to this Friday directory. So in this particular directory, I'm going to type tree / and the letter F. Now let's hit the enter key. Now this is going to showcase you the main directory, which is the local dict, and now you can see that I have all these files available, and this moves to an extent to also display other directories available. So you can see that when we open this, we have the keyboard, monitor, and mouse, and that is what we have in this section. And also we have all these files also available. Whenever you use the tree command, you only display the directories available. When you add the / and also the letter F, is going to add your files created in that particular directory. So that is the display that we have here. This is a perfect way to view your files and folders using the command prompt window. Now we are moving to our next command, which is the find command, and this is also a filter command that helps users to search for a string of characters that are entered in a particular file. Now this command program will display the lines that contain the specified string. Now when we talk about MS-DOS, that is the Microsoft Disk Operating System, and this particular MS-DOS is not a case sensitive, so you need to type the characters or the string accurately. Now in this Windows 10 operating system, since we are using the 64-bit operating system or version, this command is also incompatible. Therefore, if you want to use this command, you need to have the 16-bit version of operating system so that you can have a perfect usage. So the alternative of finding a particular string or character within a file is to hold Ctrl plus F. Then you have this dialog box, and then you have the option to type any information or string you want to look for, and I'm going to type Sunday. Now when I click on find next, you can see that in your command prompt interface we have this selected, and I click on next, this is also selected. Then it moves to another string that consists of the search in this particular box. Click, 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 click. So this is navigating through, then it comes back to the initial starting string. So you can see that you have this also selected. So it's going to navigate through your interface of your command prompt to identify a particular string typed in this particular set. Let's change this. I have typed monitor. Now this is going to navigate through any word or string that consists of this search. So you can see that I'm navigating through. So this is how to find a specific string of characters in the command prompt window. So this moves us to our next command, which is the erase command. So I have cleaned the system of this command prompt, and now the erase command is a command line interpreter used to delete one or more files from a file system. So in this Friday directory, we have all these items available, and let's see if you can delete this particular file. So I'm going to type the erase. Now I have hit the enter key based on this command. Now when we type the dir, you can see that that particular file has been deleted. So the erase command is used to delete files as compared to the del command. So this command is also useful in the command prompt interface. Moving to our next command, this command is known as the attribute command. It is a command in the computing environment that allow users to change various characteristics or attributes of a computer file or files. So I'm going to showcase you different ways of using this particular command. I'm going to switch to the desktop background. Now on this desktop background, I'm going to create another file. So I have this additional file to this Excel file. So these are the two files I have here. Now when we type attrib, which is the attribute command, and hit the enter key, this particular command is going to display all the files that you have on a specific location, and that is going to tell you whether you have some files hidden or unhidden. When you look at these files that we have here, we have this A here that shows the attributes of these files, and then looking at this section we have spaces here, but when you look at these two files here, this is sh and this is h, meaning this is hidden and this is also hidden. Now these 1, 2, 3, 4 files are not hidden, and we have this and this on the desktop background. Let's see how we can hide these commands using the attribute command. So this is where you type the attribute command, you press the space bar, then you type +H space bar. Then the next thing is to type the name of the file. So I'm going to type JIT with its extension. Then you hit the enter key. Now when you move to the desktop, you can see that we don't have the JIT file available. It means that that particular file is hidden and you can't get access to it. Let's see if we can hide this. So I'm going to reveal the previous command and erase this. I'm going to put this into the quotation mark because we have two words. And when we move to the desktop, we also have this Excel file hidden. So whenever you are typing the name of the file and its extension, you make sure that it is accurately typed. So this is how to use the attribute command to hide files on your computer system. Let's see if we are searching this, we can have it displayed. So you can see that I typed the JIT file and that is not available in this section. So if you have some files hidden, even if there is another person who knows this file on the computer system, he can use the search to search for this file or the file name, and that is not going to be accessible on the computer system. So it's totally hide the files unless you unhide the file to get permission or accessibility to it. Now that we know how to hide, how can we unhide files? So this is what you do. Let's review the command. Then this time around we are going to erase the plus symbol, then we add the minus symbol. Now when you hit the enter key, this is going to display the file on the desktop. Let's review or unhide the JIT text. So we also have this JIT document available. Now when I move to the desktop and try to search, you can see now this has popped up in the search window. So if the files are hidden, it is not accessible to whoever gets access to the computer system. So this is the best way to hide your files. That is your most important files on the computer system. Let me provide you another tip in this particular command. I am going to move these files into this folder. Let me do it in a quick way. I'm going to select this and then move this into this folder. Now I have this folder containing my files. So let's assume we want to hide these files and these folders at a time. We move back to our command prompt. I'm going to review the command. So when you look at this command line, I type the attribute command with a +H / and then you type the letter S, and also / you type the letter D, then you type the name of the folder. So when you look at this particular command line, this has perfectly hide this folder. We just moved our files into it. So if you want to unhide, you make sure you review the command, then you move to and type the minus symbol, and this is going to reveal or unhide your folder on the desktop background. I hope this video is very helpful, is very educative, looking at all the commands that we have illustrated in this particular video. Based on that, if you have any comments, drop that in the comment section, like, share, and also subscribe to boost this channel to provide more educative videos in the near future. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day, and salute.